All new at 6, the potential for big fines for Kokomo's big box stores. The police department sending out a distress call asking for help in dealing with what they call an excessive number of nuisance calls for service. And the Kokomo Common Council is responding, introducing a new ordinance that levies big fines for repeat offenders. RTV6's Jack Reinhardt is digging for answers in Howard County.
Sponsors of this nuisance abatement ordinance say it's not so much about trying to recoup the amount of money that police have invested in responding to these nuisance calls, but rather it's all about trying to change the behavior of the establishment and its customers. Last year alone, just 4 Kokomo retailers accounted for nearly 1,000 calls for service, and much of the time, police had to respond with multiple cars and multiple officers.
When we make those calls for service, it takes away from other serious calls for service.
The calls for service run the gamut, from shoplifting to suspicious persons, and Kokomo police identified 2015's biggest offenders as the Walmart with more than 500 calls. The Meijer store had 241 calls, Target 119, and the Kmart with 49. Even the downtown Cozy Bar had 30 police calls last year.
I think they should hold the business owners responsible and try to work with them, and if there is an excessive number, there's evidently a problem.
Kokomo has taken the first steps towards penalizing so-called nuisance businesses. Establishments that call police more than 3 times in a month for petty thefts face fines, and property owners who accumulate 3 ordinance complaints in a 60-day period would also face fines. The first violation would cost $250, the second $500, and the third violation would cost $2,500.
When you have a handful of businesses that are consuming much of our officers' time, and there's no reason for them to change behavior at this point unless we do something and take action.
The ordinance allows the city to assess a fine each day the violation exists. The mayor believes the ordinance has a great chance of passage. In Kokomo, Jack Reinhardt, RTV6.